Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this a brand new day wherein, my arm is still sore. But I have my doctor's appointment tomorrow to go and see what they're going to tell me about my MRI that I had on my neck. So hopefully that's going to come up with an explanation. Hopefully it's going to be more than just, well, you know, you got to be careful from now on. I mean, but I don't want or need surgery. I mean, unless I do. I don't want surgery. I have never had surgery aside from when I had my tonsils out when I was 5 or 6 years old. Past that, I have never had a surgery. You know, once I got past 5 or 6. So thumbs up for that. Yeah, and so I don't really want to start now at age 60 having heavy duty things done, especially since I don't know if things have gotten better, but the people that I have talked to over the decades, there, I can speak English. Oh, I should probably turn this off. But the people that I've spoken to over the decades, about 1/3 of the people
power off
have had good results from surgeries on their back or neck or whatever for, you know, back or neck issues. And about 1/3 of the people have come up exactly the same. And about 1/3 of the people ended up in worse conditions. So yeah, I don't really want to do anything like that, especially around my neck. But if I gotta, yeah, we shall see. It's supposed to be super duper hot today. So I got the fan on in the window, I got the fan on in my bedroom, I got the fan on out in the hall, and later on I'm going to move the fan from the bedroom to outside the door so it's blowing air through here better. I wish I had a fan that I could put down at the base of the stairs downstairs so that it would blow cooler air up the stairwell, that the fan down at the end of the hall would then blow down in this direction, but you can only do what you can do. But yeah, fan on in the window and this on, because once again, it being morning time, I am too warm, so the fan is on, but I'm too cold, so the shirt is on. And yesterday, I did finally go out walkies. I hadn't done it the day before, but I did go last night. And it worked out pretty good. I took the walker all the way up to Walmart and back, bought water, because I need to drink water. And the water here in the house is unfortunately not good. There's the water from the kitchen sink, which is good for washing with, but you don't really want to drink it. It doesn't taste good. There's the water in the bathroom, just off the kitchen, where that's the bathroom I use. And that water is better, but it is so chlorine-y. I feel sick to my stomach just after drinking it. So, there's no real water in the house that I can just drink. So I go and I buy gallons of water from the local stores, either Safeway or Walmart, and then bring it on back here and drink it. So thumbs up for that. I wish there was better water, but we shall see. And I'm hoping that this is going to get better today. I mean, it does. I just have to wait for the ibuprofen and stuff to kick in. Yay. But other than just feeling like somebody punched me and just feeling sore, it's not bad. Now, my ulnar nerve underneath here is a line of fire. Just running my arm or my finger down this, I could, it is a line of fire underneath my finger just because of that pressure. So, yay? There's all sorts of stuff still going on with all these nerves that run down to the hand, but oh well. Hey, hopefully tomorrow I find out what's going on. It's going to be fun walking there. It'll be in the morning though, so it shouldn't be that bad. Thumbs up for that. Yay. So yes, yesterday I walked late up to Walmart and back. And once again, I say, sidewalks are death traps. If you have a walker or anything like that. If you're walking on the road, it's about an 80-20 mix, where 80% of the time you're fine, 20% of the time you've got to keep your eyes open, or you're going to fall. On sidewalks, it's 80% of the time you got to keep your eyes open or you're going to fall, and 20% of the time where you can just go without worrying. The times that I have fallen and have come close to falling on the roads is when I've been trying to get to and onto a sidewalk, which again if I can't walk on the road, I gotta walk on the sidewalk, but the sidewalks are just awful. Ugh. Because, yeah, you have to be actively watching, actively scanning, actively moving your walker as you're traveling on the sidewalks, or you're going to go over the top of it. Because you hit one of those joints that's an inch across, your walker stops. And if you aren't careful, you're going over the top, and I have. Going on the sidewalks where I had to last night, 4 times in the space of 4 blocks. That walker tried to stop directly underneath me. Not the walker's fault, sidewalks. That time on roads is good. That 80% where you don't even have to worry about it, there's times that I am just looking off and daydreaming as I'm walking. But at the same time, for that 20%, you gotta watch out for large cracks and potholes. On a road, you can see them coming easy. So even when you got to be careful for that 20%, it's not hard. You can maneuver around them if you're careful, even on bad roads. But on a sidewalk, prepare for death. It's not good. So thumbs up for that. Still though, made it up there, made it back, and that was good. Put on some of the sunscreen because again, you can't really tell because of the washed out lighting, but I have, pale pink fingers and then baked skin and then getting lighter and lighter up to pasty pale underneath here. So even though I've been trying to take care of it, I've still been baking underneath the sun. It's an SPF 50 though that I use, so at least there is that. Yay for sun. And of course, this is the coolest summer that we're going to have going forward. And we're already breaking heat records, so be prepared. The future ain't going to be good. Also, while walking, and I got home last night, my toe was really hurting on my right foot. I always get blisters on the toes on my right foot. This morning, looking at my right foot, yeah, I got a blister on the side of my toe again. So that's probably going to pop by the end of the day. Yay. And then, the skin will peel off in a day or two. Either that or it'll just become a callus. Joy. Still though, out walking, and that's good. Definitely a thumbs up for that. Checking the rest of my list over there. Oh, yes. This was something that I actually thought was awesome. Now, here's a big difference between me and others my age. I am 60 years old, born in 1962. Technically, that makes me a baby boomer. But the cutoff for baby boomers is 1964. And it's 2 years after I was born. And I was not raised as a baby boomer. I was raised as Gen X. I was a latchkey kid. I got home and there was nobody home and I had to let myself in and then take care of the place and all that. I was raised Gen X. I was not raised as a baby boomer. So, looking back down here, I am very, very glad that I am as progressive as I am. Because otherwise, you're just being angry for no reason all the frickin' time. I grew up eating things like Cracker Jack. You get boxes of Cracker Jack back in the days when you got real toys in them. So you got a real toy in every box of Cracker Jack. They were still awful, but they were still a little toy. So for the past 50 years, I have periodically eaten Cracker Jack, except for, like the past 30 or so years, because of my teeth. No, I haven't been eating Cracker Jack there. But before that time, yes. I was at Walmart. I saw the box of this, had to go back. Yes, it's just performative. It's no more means anything than Pride Month for corporations. But for Women's Sports Month, Cracker Jack was coming out with Cracker Jill. And it's Cracker Jill. And it was all about young girls and women in sports. I look at this and I think, that's freaking awesome. Yes, please, we need inclusivity, we need diversity, we need to acknowledge things like that. We have major problems in our world, and trying to fix them is not a bad thing. And especially trying to make people feel good, well, that's not a bad thing at all. So when I saw Cracker Jill, I was all for it, still am. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And then, as another silly thing on the side, I found a weird channel. There's lots of weird channels. This one, they're still doing things, and that's good. They do superhero videos. They use panels from comic books and old Saturday morning cartoon shows, and then they just put text on it and then voice them. So you can read the text on the picture, so it's like meme format, single panel meme format, but you've also got the person reading it. And it has been, they're very silly and they're funny at the same time. One of them was like Batman destroys the Justice League with facts and logic. And for whatever reason, Batman was having to just roast everybody. He was roasting Superman for all the kryptonite out there. Used to be just green kryptonite. Now there's all kinds of kryptonite. There's black kryptonite. There's red kryptonite. There's pink kryptonite. In which Superman just said, we don't talk about pink kryptonite. But then the others started to speak up, like Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. You know, he's talking about, oh, there's this and that and the other, and Batman's just going, look, your weakness is the color yellow. And it's like, well, what if there's an asteroid coming towards the Earth? You'd need me then. It's like, well, yes, at that point we would. But if you're coming across the mugger who's dressed all in yellow, what are you going to do? Just absolute silence, at which Batman's just going, that's what I thought. At which point Hal Jordan was just going, you know, expletive deleted, you, Batman. But he was just dogging all of them. The Flash, he said, don't you say anything. One of your major villains makes the floor icy and you go zooming off and fall. You are a seasonal superhero. And then finally they say, well, what about Wonder Woman? She doesn't have any major flaws. At which point Batman just says, well, yeah, but come on, she's a woman. At which point they cut off. Hard cut to Dick Grayson. Whatever the hell Batman's sidekick is. Robin, thank you. Robin going, hey, how did the meeting go, Batman? And Batman standing in the rain with tears going down his face going, I didn't want to be in their stupid club anyway. And that made me laugh out loud. So definitely a thumbs up on that. Anything else on here? The only real thing that has to do with real life stuff after this, only talking about this because I've seen stuff like this on other videos. I've seen videos talking about this situation. There is the MAGA movie that came out. It's some ridiculous conspiracy-fueled thing about child trafficking, and which is joyous because, again, because it's coming from the conservative side, every accusation is a confession. Because just about every single one of them that yells and screams about how, oh, the left are bad, they do this stuff to children. A month later, they're being sent to prison because they did something to children. Every accusation from them is a confession. But they made the MAGA movie. And you've got all sorts of MAGA people going to the theaters and just filled with conspiracy theories. One of the things that the right does, in the case of books and such like that, is they want to make sure that conservative books get bumped up to the top of the sales chart lists. Organizations, and the left does this too, but organizations like the billionaires on the right will buy hundreds of crates of these books and then just dump them because they're terrible and nobody wants them. But because they bought them, that pushes them to the top of the sales charts. So it looks like everybody and their brother wants them. When is the billionaires buying them? Same thing is happening with this MAGA movie. You've got all these maggots out there going, oh, the whole place was supposed to be sold out, but we got in there and we were the only people there. Yeah, guess what? Those same billionaires are buying out theaters so that it gets bumped up in the sales charts. It's happening. It's stupid, but there you go. And yeah, you've got people saying, oh, we went into the theater and it was too cold. The air conditioning was up too high. Obviously, that was to keep people from... No. You're in a theater. It's summer. The air conditioning is on. I have been to theaters as a kid, as an adult, all my life. They are cold. So, but that's fun. Past that, checking my time, really quick. One of the things I've been thinking about is once again trying to get all the stuff clear in my head, like the Kaiju rampage on the town of Apple Rock. One of the things that happens 125 years before the story takes place is there is a family. They have political capital and they have capital. Now the thing about living in a socialist society, and on the razor's edge and on the inside, they are largely... There's mild capitalism, but it's all various types of socialism, communism, co-ops, all that sort of stuff. And under socialism, of course, it's everybody, you can be as rich as you want. It's just that nobody should be poor. So that's the way that works, especially on the razor's edge. You can amass capital, political and otherwise, just nobody else should be poor. So these people have money, a lot of money and a lot of capital. 125 years back, and a lot of earthquakes occurring. The Banneker family sets in a huge construction project. They're setting these baffles and such down into the ground. Huge construction projects that put these... They're not concrete berms and all that, but they're bunkers and things to help stabilize. And as these are being built and they're being completed, the earthquakes are going down. And when all of these stabilizers are done, the earthquakes are next to gone. While they've been doing this, the Banneker family has also been converting a lot of their businesses and buildings to a more natural gas. They've become paranoid. They don't want to be a part of the city's power grid, which is all geothermal. They want to be on their own system, which is gas. About 100 and some odd years ago, the Banneker family died out. Something horrible happened. The entire family went paranoid and weird, and then they died out, but everything still lasted. 125 years later, there is one official that discovers, by taking all the maps from the past and trying to put them all together, they found out all of these old places that were under the city and constructed 125 years ago. But during the 125 years, well, buildings have been put up, things have been moved, doors have been shut down. He and an assistant, using maps, they head down and they go down into the main area underneath the center of the city. That's when they discovered that 125 years ago, the Banneker family had been putting in all of these natural gas reserve tanks. That after 125 years of no maintenance, are ready to fail catastrophically. And the Kaiju knows it is time to rampage when these people, the two people, the official and his assistant, are underneath the city in the main baffled area with all of these tanks of natural gas, and pow, there's a short circuit. White hot shards of metal are fired into the potent mix of oxygen and gas. When those tanks go, the blast can't go down, and it can't go out to the sides because of all the bunkers stabilizing the ground. So it can only go up into the next set of tanks. That again, no place to blast downward, can't blast out, has to keep firing upward through this entire mechanism. Hits the third set of storage tanks. By this time, This entire mechanism underneath this part of the city is like a gigantic shotgun. Well, the shotgun barrel underneath the center of the city, and it got fired. And all of this gas granulating everything on the blast upward, and when it hits a 3x3 area section of city, pow! Straight upward, blasted so far that at a kilometer up, where there is the event horizon for the sky, it hits that and smears across the event horizon. The fire blasting through the tubes connecting the other 4 sections in the other parts of town. Well, about a second later, the fire reaches those tanks, and the other 4 shotgun barrels underneath the city. Wham! When the city explodes and the power goes out and it becomes dark except for the raging of the new fires, with people screaming because of the blast that broke windows for half a mile. With all of this going on, that is when the Kaiju heads down into the city and starts rampaging, killing, and eating, and eats 12,500 people. 2,500 others died when those blasts went whammo and just granulated everything straight up into the sky. There were only about 20,000 people that lived and worked in Apple Rock at the time. About 5,000 people that lived in supporting areas outside of the city that were still in areas of stability. 25,000 people. 15,000 of them dead in one night as the city burns, things collapsing, and the Kaiju is rampaging and devouring people by the handfuls. 12,500 people into its gut before it heads back up. And there's no more help that shows up for another 12 or some odd hours before people can arrive and are horrified at the carnage. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Gonna go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. My sincere apologies, I forgot to change the names on this list again. I can't blame it on my arm this time, because while my arm is sore, it's not bad now. I mean, even this morning it was just, felt like I got punched, but I could have used it. I just forgot. But thank you to each and every one of these people on the list, and every single person that I don't have up here who helps me with my patronage. Without you, I would be hosed like a literal, I'll say that in English, like a literal Christmas monkey. Thank you to every person who has donated to my PayPal in the past, and thank you to every person who has donated to my GoFundMe, because I got a freight train racing at me at 200 miles an hour, and it is getting close fast. And that is when I'm going to become homeless. If my SSI gets turned down, the thing, I'm gonna die, because I will have no money and no home, no food, no place to stay, no sleep apnea mask while I'm sleeping. I will die. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Plus, 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Yay! Oh, I need to increase the text size so I can actually read it. Jesse Koskinen, they did a really good job on It Lurks Below. I want to continue playing that as well as the other things that I have done. I really like the game It Lurks Below. It's a winner. We have It's Relit. I actually don't mind those TikTok live stream things. It's like with when they were on Twitch, when there was the hot tub live streaming of the gals in bikinis. Hey, if there's a market and you can sell it, we live in a capitalist society. Sell. Unfortunately. And people are buying the NPC stuff, so it's weird because it's different, but it's just a thing. And then there's Flora Mew. Thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. There's a whole bunch that I want to talk with you about just because of things, but we shall see what happens. There is Adonis Rivera. Thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And I have been terminally online since, well, 1993 when I was FTPing over to the university's internet from my computer and just gone from there. So thumbs up, I do my best. Made in Canada, thumbs up, thank you. And no, we've screwed this planet hard. Even if we stop everything right now, it's going to keep getting bad for about another 400 or 500 years because of all the plastic that's falling apart on our planet that releases greenhouse gases. Going to take about 500 years for all of that to degrade. We can stop it from getting worse, and we should, but it takes time to turn that cruise ship around. So yay. Then we have 77 Arcturus, and you leave lots of good comments. I really feel bad that I can't comment back in text and all that. I really would like to. Hopefully one day I'm going to spend an entire time just talking about things that you bring up. That would be good. There is Jan, thumbs up, thank you. And boy, I am hoping really, really soon that I'm going to be able to do reaction videos. I need to get this situation resolved, and then hopefully I can get it done. Then you can start editing. It would be awesome. Then there is RJ Mitchell, thumbs up, thank you. And yep, Barbenheimer, Diambic correct. That thing that you said that I know how to do, but I've forgotten how to say it as well. Mostly I know it from the book series The Destroyer that came out in the 70s and kept going. But the main character who learned the sun source of all martial arts in Anju would occasionally end up channeling the power of Shiva and would end up saying things like, I am become Shiva, the destroyer, death, the destroyer of worlds. Who is this dog meat that stands before me? And yeah, he's actually channeling Shiva. It has been a bad thing a few times, so thumbs up for that. And the Mr. Chris Ryan, thumbs up, thank you. And that is it. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people. Lag on my arms there. Thumbs up. I'm going to do what I can do today. Checking my time. Holy smokes. I still have to call SSI. There's stuff I got to get done. Hopefully there's stuff that you're going to be able to get done. That would be very, very good. Definitely a thumbs up. Past that, take care in the heat. Things aren't going to get better. Yay. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. What a bright light, and then it turns red. I don't even know what the colors... Do the different colors mean anything on this? I don't know. Yay. Anyway, though, you take care, and I'll see you on the flip side.